Welcome back for the Unit 2 chapters. Unit 2 for cost estimation and cost accounting. The last class we discussed about cost estimation with respect to overestimation or underestimation with some examples like importance of cost estimation with some examples. In this video, we are going to continue some of the chapters or topics, which is objective of cost estimation and functions of cost estimation with some examples also we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so what is the objective of cost estimation? So the highlighted versions or highlighted one like in bold it is given with the main objective of cost estimation. So we know what is minimum cost estimation. So what is minimum cost estimation? Forecasting the cost going to be incurred or required to make some product before we are making it, right? So what is the benefit? We discussed about the benefit. If we overestimate or if we underestimate, what is going to be like? If we overestimate, we are going to lose our customer. If we are underestimate, we are going to lose our financial credits, like a profit reduced kind of thing, right? So we discussed about that. So what is the objective of cost estimation? So setting prices. So if we want to set some pricing for the product, which we are going to sell it for some other suppliers, then we are going to make some contract with them. So in that case, we need to set the price properly so that we can able to prepare a contract accordingly and we can able to give. If again here also overestimation or underestimation or oversetting or undersetting may play a role. So instead of our price, assume the original price of the product with the profit. If we are making a product, one product, assume like that I have a one mouse, human computer interaction device like a mouse I'm having. It may be wired or wireless type. So assume like I have a wireless type mouse with some brand name, and also I'm going to sell that to the main laptop manufacturer, because laptop manufacturer going to sell his laptop as a package, like including mouse also, assume like that. So they'll be asking me, means as a mouse manufacturing company, they'll be asking some quotation for the mouse. If I'm not quoting properly, what will happen if I am quoting that mouse price? Assume like this mouse is around 500 rupees to make with the profit, and instead of 500 rupees, I'm quoting 600 rupees. What will happen? The quoting or quotation what they are going to receive, like a main laptop manufacturer are going to receive from my end alone? No, they'll be receiving from multiple companies, multiple vendors will be giving different quotation. Where the application or purpose of this mouse user interface, right? So if that capabilities and that functionality, if they are going to give for the lesser price, they will go for that. For example, in other way, I'm quoting that mouse price instead of 500, I'm giving like it 300. What will happen? They are definitely they are going to buy my mouse. But however, actually, it can be sold for 500, but I'm selling it for 300. Definitely, I'll get the contract, but I'm not going to earn big profit in that. Even though 300 I'm not going to lose much. Like maybe original cost is 250 in the sense with the profit only I was telling like a finder. But even 250 I'm selling also I get back all the money I invested. But what is the profit? Why I should need to compromise my profit? For that, if we estimate, then we can able to set the price for the product for quotation or contract, vice versa. So for example, if you consider in laptop making company, then they need to understand what is the cost required to do to sell the laptop along with this mouse. So simply if I'm quoting like a 600 rupees mouse, not necessary to let them buy, where they know what is the cost of the mouse. So they then they can able to chart out what all the contracts or quotations came with the marginal price, which can be giving some savings for them also. So understanding about setting price, with respect to cost estimation is must. So that is one of the objective of cost estimation. Then verifying quotation. That's what I said. If we are giving cost estimation to other, that if you have a number of competitor for your product, then in order to analyze which is good, which is reasonable, which is going to give us a profit, which is going to give a loss, then to analyze a decision making, the cost estimation is going to give us some understanding, good understanding. So for that is also one of the objective. Then what amount of profitability are we going to get if we are going to sell a product? Okay. Then similarly, why not the laptop manufacturing company itself can make that mouse instead of buying it from others? So need to decide whether make or buy decision. In the unit number one, we discussed about make or buy decision. Whether are we going to make a product or are we going to buy it? So a number of factors we consider, right? If we are going to make a product in house, it's in the sense is what it's needed in order to make this particular mouse. You need to have facilities for that, equipments for that, machineries for that, manpower, technology needed for that, right? So how much mouse, how much quantity are we going to make the mouse? If the company, the laptop making company, is going to buy us continuously this mouse, then we can able to invest all the equipments in our factory itself and make. If we are not going, if they are not going to make that laptop and with this mouse for longer huge volumes, so no need to invest. Instead they can wait for some other vendors who can able to provide the mouse, then they'll buy it from them and put it in the laptop bag along with the laptop and they can able to sell. So it's again quantity and whether are we going to continue the production in future or not. Based on that we have to decide make or buy decision. Then choosing the most economical method. Similarly, the one product can be manufactured in various production method. One may be done in casting process and another may be same component can be manufactured machining process also or injection molding process also. So many methods available to make one particular product. So how are we going to do? Which process we are going to decide? For that cost estimation also, one that is one of the objective of cost estimation to give us some information about which production method or approach will be suitable or cost effective way, like that it can give us in order to identify that, cost estimation will support us. Then setting performance standard, how much benchmarks the efficiency or productivity of the product, we need to set something. For example, the intended life of one mobile phone battery, consider they'll be telling like it will be once you charge for 100 percentage, how much time that battery can run. Or electrical vehicle, you consider electrical vehicle, EV vehicle, they used to give like okay, if we are charging for a single time with 100 percentage, it can run for 300 kilometers, 200 kilometers, 100 kilometers, like that. If they're telling whether it's actually going to work or not, that performance standard, if you want to say set accordingly, the cost also will be fixed, right? So longer the standards, longer the duration the battery can sustain its life or power or energy, then we have to give more but a higher price for that, right? So that performance standard, if you want to, similarly the engine life cycle or mileage for that, everything that's a parameter setting or standard setting, for that we need to have the cost estimation. So that is also one of the objective. Okay. Then planning production budget, allotting resources effectively for the manufacturing. Yes, as I told previously, if production process, different production process is needed, in the sense we need to have a machineries, equipments, tools, manpower, and other fixture, jigs and fixtures are needed. So for that we need to allot some budget if we decided to make. Okay. Then alternative design, if anything is there, cost effective way, if we could able to make with the available facility. If we want to change some product design, for that we need to have a cost estimation and reducing cost, implementing various strategies. By doing various strategies or analysis, if we are if we could able to reduce the overall cost, with that we can increase the profit. Then for that, analyzing all the above, like setting prices and evaluating profit to make or buy decision, setting performance standard or planning production budgets, like that if we are doing, the cost estimation with by keeping that in our mind. If we are doing the estimation, then we could be able to definitely save lots of profit for our company. So these are all the list of objectives for cost estimation. Why we need to do cost estimation will give us this answer. The next one is the functions of cost estimation. It is also derived from our objectives. From our objective only, what is the main function of cost estimation? Again, I summarized into five category. Winning contract, so which helps in preparing accurate tenders to secure projects. Right? Example, the laptop and mouse concept only. You please remember. Or you can go with some other application like engine, a particular engine. If you consider engine, four wheelers or IC engine, or to like a big petrol engine. If you consider in the petrol engine, you have a number of individual parts and products, right? So sub assembly is also there. If you consider like a piston and connecting rod put together, the connecting rod assembly, for connecting rod alone or piston alone, if you want to tender it out and get it from outside for your assembly, then you need to have a winning contract, which also saves you the money. Okay. Then choosing cost-effective production method assist manufacturers in selecting the most economical production process. Then setting the right selling prices, ensuring price is competitive and profitable, even though you have a number of supplier against you or against your product. Along with them, we have to fight, and also we need to earn some profit, right? And establishing cost standard provide a benchmark for actual cost and efficiency and resource planning. So helps in budgeting for raw materials, tools, and capital investment. So these are the basic functions of cost estimation. But I would like to give some case studies or example. With that, I want to explain all these points. So start with winning contracts, how it helps. So when bidding for a government or private contract, okay, government announces some projects uh, and it's giving public announcement, or some private company is they want to do some project, further they are releasing some announcement, means they are requesting quotations from the or waiting from the factories or or business peoples and all, they'll do, right? Example like a road contract, if you consider. Okay, for road contract, they will be giving the announcement. After that, many people will be submitting, right? Similarly, assume like a manufacturing company. A manufacturing company wants to do some motor, like electric motor for some appliances, like a rice grinding machine. You consider for the rice grinding machine, they need to have a electric motor. That electric motor, they are not going to make it. They have decided that because they don't have that facility or time or resources. If they are lack, then they decided to buy it from external vendor. Then they will announce that, okay, anyone can, but they specify the specification, requirement, and functionality requirement from the product, or what is the design or requirement. All the spec they will be giving, but for that they will be asking some bidding or quote from other suppliers or vendors and all. Okay, so companies need accurate cost estimation to submit competitive tenders. Okay, many people, if we are going, we as if I consider like I am going to be one of the vendor for them, then I need to think about other vendors, how they will be preparing their quotation to compete. Because if they are getting some that order, they'll be doing lots of business, right? So they will be thinking to do proper code for that. This cost estimation going to function provide like one of the important tasks. Okay, example, the company wants to supply 500 electric cars to a government to secure the contract. They supply 500 electric cars, they want to. It estimates production cost per unit at 12 lakhs rupees, and they'll be adding some margin, profit margin, and with other sub contract competitive people, and they'll be adding with profit margin. They'll be selling, they are giving quote like a rupees 13 lakhs 50,000 per unit for each electric car. That bit remains profitable because 1.5 lakhs they are going to get a profitable, while being lower than other competitor, increasing the chances of winning. Even you know that 1 rupee, if you are giving less, they'll be giving you that particular contract, right? So this is one of the example how they plan, how they fix the cost. For that, after that they'll be winning that particular order, contract order, so that they can able to do their business, and they can able to enhance their business, right? Second one, choosing cost effective production method. Okay, how it helps in terms of cost estimation, in the sense cost estimation helps select the most economical manufacturing technique, though you have a n number of manufacturing techniques for a particular product, but you have to choose the right method, most economical viable one. Then only you can able to save some money, right? Example, the company can compare two manufacturing methods. Maybe die casting for body panels, but the same car. For that, you can use die casting process for making body panel. But if we want to make body panel through die casting, what will happen? High, high initial tooling cost, but cost effective for large volume. So you have to decide what is the volume, how much volume are we going to do. That is what we discussed in unit number one. If we have a two manufacturing process, which manufacturing process are we going to do? Or if we want to make a product or buy a product, depends on quantity of the product, right? How much quantity are we need that one. So die casting for body panel may be going to give initial investment cost will, but if the volume of making is minimal, instead of investing for the tooling, we can buy it. Or if we are going to use that investment for that initial the tooling and all for other purpose, instead of keeping that facilities ideal, if we are having a plan of action for utilizing that tool, not only for this application purpose, for other products, if we could able to make, then we can. Otherwise, if the volume of that car is instead of a fixed number, if they are started increasing more and more, then die casting for body panels will be useful or beneficial. Sheet metal fabrication also possible for this body panel preparation. But it need only lower setup cost, but higher cost per unit. The cost for unit will be more. So again, it depends. Okay, so cost estimation how, if producing 10,000 cars with the die casting is cheaper, because futuristic trend also we have to think. But if you produce only a few hundred, sheet metal fabrication is better, because low setup cost for sheet metal fabrication. So we need to decide about based on the how much volume are we going to use, or if we are going to choose like a high initial investment, in the sense whether do we have a clear plan for those facility will to be used for any other application. Okay, result, the company chooses most cost efficient method for its production scale. Okay, this is how the cost estimation will be useful for deciding cost effective production method. Then setting the right selling price. So how it helps? Ensure the selling price cover cost plus profit margin. So put together, you need to have the rate get back the what you have invested on that particular product, means total cost you have spent. Then you have to give your profit margin. With that, how if you are going to how you are going to fix the selling price, that is very very important, right? Along with the competitors price also, keeping that in your mind. For example, total estimated production cost per car is 12 lakhs rupees. You are going to fix your profit margin 15 percentage, then your selling price would be around 13 lakhs 80,000. The result is what? The price is set to ensure profitability, because 15 percentage is also there while staying with the competitor in the market. So here, what is what? The 15 percentage also plays a role. How you are going to fix the 15 percentage? If other competitor also fixing 15 percentage, then how next another factor will come as a decision for decision making question mark for the customers, right? So that 15 percentage margin also you have to have a clear plan, whether why not 14 percentage, why not 16 percentage. Some again it's overestimation, underestimation. If we go with 16 percentage, somebody giving with 15 percentage, we lose our customer. If we are going with 14 percentage, other competitor is giving with 15 percentage, the 1 percentage loss also loss, financial loss for us, right? So even though we are going to get profit, but the 1 percentage loss also financial loss for us. Okay. But overestimation, like 16 percentage of profit, if you are telling, the customer may go with the other competitor who is going selling with the 15 percentage. So we'll be losing our customer. So setting the right selling price for that cost estimation is much important. Then establishing cost standard. Okay, sets a benchmark for monitoring actual cost and improving in efficiency. I could able to explain with that example so that it will be easier. The estimated cost for battery production per unit is 3.5 lakhs. However, actual cost is 3.8 due to wastage of raw material. So, if you are not considering the wastage of the raw material when you are making the product, so even though you estimated 3.5, but when you are making in real time, it add on like instead of 3.5, it's going with 3.8 lakhs. So that 30,000 rupees per unit is lost for you, for as well as a maker industry. In the factory, we are going to lose that money. The company investigate and optimize the production, and they need to focus on how to reduce the wastages, and also helps in maintaining cost efficiency and control expenses. Until otherwise we are not doing analyzing these cost standards and fixing the cost standards, will be so cost standards simply we can't able to, we need to analyze a number of factors, right? So see, one of the factor is wastage of raw material. If we now, if we forgot to include that in our mind while we are fixing the estimating the cost for the particular battery, then we are ending with losing some money, right? So that is also one point. Then resource planning. So we need to find how much material is needed, what is the cost needed for the material, raw material, and the labor wages we need to give, what is the cost for the labor and tools. We may need a different tools for making some particular electric car, right? So for that tool also we need to have a cost, right? So put together only we can able to going to fix some total cost required, right? That estimation come. So for resource planning also cost estimation will help. For example, to manufacture 10,000 electric cars, what the company, how they, for what kind of plan they have. So how many number of tires they need. For example, one car, they may be having 5 tires. So 5 into 10,000, you will be needing 5,000 tires needed. Then similarly for 10,000 car, you need definitely 10,000 batteries, and you need 10,000 electric motors. And also consider you have all the sub assemblies, batteries, motors, tires, everything. But you need to do some assembly. How you are going to do? So you need to have a robot. Not necessarily you need a 10,000 robot. At least minimum you need 100 plus assembly robots needed. Then only it can do some proper assembly, because it's accuracy wise everything will be done by the robot will be good. So you need, so this all considered as a resources. For that resources also you should have the clear plan. Then only you can able to what to say, you can able to estimate that cost properly. So what is important? Timely procurement of materials can be done if we are doing the resource planning and cost estimation properly, and no overstocking or shortage. For example, if you are we are not planning properly, what will happen? Sometimes we may buy many resources and put it in our in the bin, in the storage place. So you need to create some storage place also, but it is not effectively used, in the sense it's the waste, inventory waste, right? Or sometime if we are not estimating and buying only a small amount of something smaller amount of or smaller volume of resources which is needed for our process, then we can't able to complete the production requirement, or we can't able to complete the full delivery, right? So for 10,000 electric cars, instead of going with 100 plus assembly robots, if we are going with only 10 assembly robots, means resource is lesser. We can't able to assemble all 10,000 electric cars on time, and we can't able to deliver. So again, we are going to lose some customer for that. So this risk for this resource planning also, cost estimation will be helpful. So what is the final takeaway from functions of cost estimation? In the sense, cost estimation is not just about pricing. It influences bidding, production strategies, efficiency, and profitability. I hope you guys understood about functions of cost estimation and also objective of cost estimation. Okay, so we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.